Hello and welcome to a especially low energy episode of Appetite for Production.
That's right, James. In lieu of a summer holiday, we're having a bit of a chill out session because I've been feeling groggy ever since I had a wisdom tooth took out.
Well, here's what happened. Tim sends me a message just a couple of days ago and says, "Oh, I can't record because yesterday I went to the dentist and they said I have one more tooth than normal people."
I have freak X-Men tooth, it turns out, which I was quite surprised about. I'd never noticed.
And you had to get it taken out immediately because you're a communist and you can't be different to anyone else.
No, I just want to be the same as everyone. And also they said it might break and then it would be much worse.
It could have also broken in the last 40 years, but no.
Well, no, because it only started hurting recently. So yeah, but anyway.
I think they were just trying to con you out of some money.
Well, it was incredibly expensive, but I haven't had any pain since the op or any swelling, which I'm quite suspicious about.
It is suspicious. Maybe you died.
So if you're a tooth expert and you think that there's something really wrong with me, please get in contact and let me know, because I'm kind of worried.
So this is still an introduction to the podcast.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. I get. We're getting to it. So yeah. So that, and for some reason I've been very groggy since the tooth came out. But I experienced no pain at all, so I'm pretty happy about that.
Yay!
But you're gonna have to put up with low energy Timmy.
Yep, Timmy is groggy. I'll have to.
You're gonna have to bring the energy for this one, mate. Okay, so James, before we go any further, who is this? What are you? And who am I?
I am James Russell. This is Tim Kant, and you are Appetite for Production, a podcast for people who like to use music software and such.
Yeah, wicked. Making music and all that sort of stuff, right?
Yeah, and the general pains and heartbreaks of being that kind of person.
Yeah, wow, wicked. So, are we going to crack on with it and talk about some stuff then?
I think we should kill this intro, finally.
Okay, let's put it out of its misery.
Okay, big story now. We've been charting, since the start of the podcast, we've been charting the history of Native Instruments' Massive X.
Massive Kiss. Mwah, 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 mwah.
From its initial announcement leaked announcement in some weird XML file that everyone found.
Yeah. Those are the days.
Through to its many previews and
delays.
It's been, about 26 episodes since we first discovered it? That's like a year's worth of episodes.
That's exactly a year's worth of episodes, isn't it?
So set your clocks for disappointment, right?
No. Well, is it disappointing? We're going to find out, aren't we?
I'm assuming it will be. Now, here's the thing. I haven't used it. I haven't downloaded it. I've read a bit about it, but Tim has. He's got it.
So we're going for a sort of situation where I am completely knowledgeable about Massive X. James knows literally nothing.
And you are going to hear my reaction to the brutal truths of Massive X.
Yeah, we're gonna drop some truth bombs. There's gonna be brass tacks spilling all over the place.
Let me have it, Tim. What's the init patch? Give it to me straight, Doc.
Yes. Do you know what? That is exactly the right question. I was very happy to discover that the init patch is... Oh, hang on. What the fuck?
Silence.
The init patch is... That's right. It's a sawtooth, which was the biggest relief for me, basically. Yeah, I'm really happy about that. So already... this synth is getting into my good graces.
What can synths do wrong with the init patch, in your opinion?
They can load up a really fancy pants patch that has just got loads going on or whatever. You're never going to use that to base the sound off, and then there's no way to access an init patch. Native Instruments have done exactly the right thing. It's a freaking one oscillator sawtooth with literally nothing on it. And just that alone is enough for me to say Massive X is a triumph, basically.
It's the best synth ever made.
It's the best synth ever made. So how are we going to do this, James? I have many notes. I mean, do you want a
right.
kind of overview first, or
do you want to whiz through a few presets and get my visceral reaction, and then you start on your notes?
Well, do you know what? Let's do this interactively.
Oh.
Why don't you choose a type here, or we could just go for some of the best of. Actually.
Flute.
Yeah, flute. There's only three
flute
so we
presets.
can listen to all of them.
Actually, hold on. This is one thing I read about. It said apparently that more presets are coming, which you could take to mean they're going to make even more presets, or you could take to mean it's not fucking finished yet.
Yeah, I mean, okay. So they scored a lot of brownie points with the Sawtooth In It patch. Unfortunately, we have to take those brownie points away because there's no manual.
Worst synth ever made.
Yeah. So instantly 0 out of 10.
Okay.
This is a huge disappointment. So I mean, I guess it's like, the thing is, I would much rather a synth launch with a manual personally, especially because if I've got like write a review of it or make content for it in some way or whatever, I really like to know where I stand. I mean, I guess with Massive X, I mean, at least people will be able to just like have a fiddle around with it, and like I'm sure some people just want to dive in and discover for themselves. Personally, I would much rather have a manual. So yeah, so that is a bit annoying. There is a quick start guide that is like some interactive online thing. Personally, I'd much rather just have a manual.
I like the idea, but yeah, it depends how in-depth that is.
Yeah, I mean, it seems to be quite perfunctory, but, certainly better than nothing, and I'm sure it will give some people hands.
So, are you going to show me your Syn flutes?
Yeah, so we're going to go for Aurora flutes now.
Oh, sweet.
Actually,
okay.
do you know what? I'm going to go the full hog and play it for using a MIDI controller.
It looks pretty colourful now that you've got an actual patchy loaded up. There's orange, there's red, there's blue, all the colours.
Okay, so it is quite faithful to the original Massive in that it's all about those rings, James. The modulation is dragging and dropping. It's all about the rings. Let's have a listen to some Aurora flute. Ooh.
That's disturbing, but cool.
Weirdness. Shall I turn the volume up a bit? Ooh.
I like a nice phasey thing like that. That's good.
I mean,
it seems like it's got a lot of depth to it.
It doesn't sound like a flute, but, that's just how NI roll. They're all about the abstract.
I can't see anyone making a top track with that, but prove me wrong, world.
I tell you what, do you know what? I was mucking about last night, and, I mean, I wasn't 100% confident because I didn't have the manual, but I made a sound by accident that I would say was a very good pan flute patch. So I think there's potential.
You mean like the Peruvian people who go in shopping centres?
Yeah,
they're the best guys. I wish I was one of those.
Oh, mate, they smash it. One time when I was working in London and commuting from Essex, sorry for anyone who's interested in Massive X, by the way, but we'll get there. Yeah, I used to go to Smith's a lot because this was before smartphones. And I bought a copy of the Beatles classics played on panpipes for like £2.
Oh, yeah.
And it was like, and it wasn't even real panpipes. It was just like a Korg M1 panpipe preset. I've still got the album. It's amazing. Anyway,
Massive X.
Okay,
best synth ever made.
Best pan flute synth ever made. Okay, we're going for full blown now.
This
is very similar to the patch I came up with by accident last night. Mate, you can make an EDM banger in about 5 minutes of that. So that's quite blowy, and it's I was using a fair bit of there's some kind of it's the comb filter that is good for this sort of stuff. And I was quite a big fan of the comb filter in the original Massive because if you run white noise through it and sweep it around, you can make some crazy rises. Let's have that final flute patch now, shall we? This is smooth flutes.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah, I like that.
It's a nice showcase of what it can do.
Oh, God. Ouch. Yeah, that's sounding pretty nice, man. What do you think?
Yeah, let's go for another category of preset.
What would you like?
Pluck string.
Oh, why
Organ?
not? No, let's have pluck string. Bird box. This is the first one. Kind kind of vaguely sitari.
Yeah. Don't know why it's called Bird Box.
No,
but yeah.
weird. Oh.
Huh.
It's another comb. They seem to be getting a lot of value out of the comb filter in this one. Yeah, that sounds pretty nice. Rubber band. I mean, it seems pretty good at making these sort of, even though it's not physical modelling based, making these sort of kind of like, pardon my pretentiousness, 3-dimensional acoustic sounds.
Right.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Let's have another one.
It sounds like they've, like I say, they've all got a specific depth to them. Like the velocity does a lot. There's a lot going on behind the scenes as well.
I'm sure it's very playable. Oh, that's nice. Oh, bit of mod wheel there. Yeah, that's cool. Wisdom Oracle. Fine. Ooh.
Oh, it's okay, but like, how many plucks are there?
Well, we've listened to all of them.
So not many.
No, there's
6.
6.
See, now therein lies a bit of a problem.
Oh, well, I mean, to be honest, how many pluck strings are you going to use from soft synth anyway? Let's look at synth lead.
Okay.
In fact, why don't we look at bass, actually?
Oh, bass has got to be the
one. It seems like
one.
a sensible choice. Okay, so we've got like
that doesn't
30
look like
here.
an overwhelming number.
It's not
30-ish?
crazy. It's not a crazy amount. And you see what's interesting is, okay, so the factory library is like 56 megabytes, and I assume there's some sample data in there, but I don't know. I don't know why it's so big. And the synth is 1.6 gigabytes installer. I don't know what is taking it. Yeah, I don't know what's
Worst
taking up.
synth ever made.
The thing is, it doesn't like there's. I mean, I guess that must be the wave tables, but I wouldn't have thought they'd take up that much space.
1.6 gig for just wave tables. It can't be. It can't be.
No, I don't know. Let's have
Something else.
Oh, God! Oh, okay, I'm
God.
going to have to turn this down. They've done the Spectrasonics thing of making the patch so loud that it overloads when you're playing one note. Now, this is Alpha Ape, James, and you know what that means, don't you?
Oh, it's the Harambe mode patch.
Oh, it's not actually using the Harambe thing, which is a bit weird.
Okay.
Harambe's still in there. What else we got? Ooh,
That's not good.
you don't like that?
That's not a very functional sound, is it?
Oh, this is people who make drum bass and dubstep will like be they into that. Let's open the filter, shall we?
Sounds like someone's playing the bass through with paper over the strings. That's quite good when you move the filter.
Yeah, let's just go. Oh,
Yoy.
well, it wouldn't be massive without some yoys, would it? Oh, you got some stompiness. Yeah, that's cool. Oh.
I feel like we've heard that before on the demos.
Oh, and this has got your Harambe mode.
Oh.
So it's got King, Kong, and Kang.
Okay.
For the Harambe
What's
stuff.
the difference?
Well, this is King. Let's have Kang. Oh. And then we've got Kong. So, like,
Really?
because there's no manual, I just don't...
No.
Like, this is the thing. I don't know what to call anything. If, you know, I don't really understand what everything does or whatever. So I feel like I'm really muddling through it. Would you like me to talk you through it a bit more in depth using my notes, James?
Let's go.
Okay, what have I written here? Okay, my first complaint was there is a lack of feedback on modulation from the envelopes and the macros.
Worst
synth
I know ever made.
So in Serum, you'll play something, you'll see the parameter flick round as it's being modulated.
Yeah.
You'll notice there's nothing like that here. And also,
No.
if we change these modulators, the graphic doesn't change. And that was something that did change in Massive, which is 13 years old now.
Visual feedback is very important.
I'm really hoping that this is something they're going to add with a patch, because
Yeah.
it seems to be...
Well, I think they should have patched that at version 0.00002. But, you know...
I mean, it only launched yesterday, mate. So yeah.
Oh yeah, after a year's wait,
Well, I
and
know.
probably years longer in development.
Well, it does seem quite involved, as we're going to discover
Okay.
right now.
Give me something good.
No, another complaint I had was there's quite a few complaints at first.
All right.
There's still no parameter values, and that's something they intentionally did with Massive that they've continued to do with Massive X. I'm not a fan of it. Personally,
Well, if the original had it, you can't suddenly introduce it. It
yeah,
wouldn't
you
be massive.
can. Yeah, you can. Why not? Also, limited modulation slots like the original. It's not like, there's no mod matrix like Serum or Omnisphere, so you're kind of stuck with it. With your, like, for example, the filter cutoff frequency knob, it's only got 3 modulation slots underneath it. I do have to stress, I haven't seen a manual. Maybe there's some workaround. I don't know just yet. These are just my initial impressions. I couldn't find a way to restart the oscillators in unison mode.
Oh.
Also,
What, like to hard sync them while in unison mode?
well, no, just to reset with a note on in unison mode. What I'll do now is I'll go back to the init patch. Now, I'm bringing up the voice thing here. Got unison. You can turn your unison voices up to 6, and that's it.
What?
I know. Pretty weird, right?
Okay, but is there some secret thing which is actually more unison than unison?
Not that I know of.
Okay.
So, seems kind of weird. And it doesn't seem to be a way. It seems like it's always free running. There's 3 engines you can choose from. It's a bit like a sort of Hive thing where you choose different engines. But none of them...
Do the individual oscillators not have any kind of unison-y stuff on it?
Not that I've discovered yet.
Okay. But you don't have a manual, so you wouldn't know.
I've got stress only. I've only played with this a few hours last night. So, yeah, I don't know. That doesn't seem to be available. I thought... originally I thought that the LFOs you couldn't restart. But if you change the loop mode, there's like loop rst, loop GT, and loop rel. So like loop restart, you can actually set the starting phase of the LFOs. Thank God, because if you couldn't, that would be a pain.
Yeah.
What I do like is the routing. Now look at this, James. You should I don't know if you remember how the routing worked in the original Massive.
I'm seeing what you might call a reactor-style signal flow.
It looks like traction, doesn't it?
Where you can drag widgets and connect wires between them.
Yeah, so I haven't really played about this myself. Okay, so it doesn't seem like you can... Oh, God, I just changed something.
Oh, what have you done?
So, for example, this is B, so I guess I can put an insert effect in here, so I can do ring modulation. There it is. Where's the source? Oh, there we go. So, and you can route that a bunch of different ways, but I'm too low energy to do that now, mate.
Hang on. Is it just me, or is this a terrible idea?
Why?
Because it's a synth. It's meant to be immediately playable and fun and musical.
It's semi-modular, brother, and you don't have to muck about with this stuff.
I know you don't have to.
But this is just a more sophisticated version of how it was in Massive 1, bro.
Yeah, true. They did have that. Okay.
And then, what have we got? I was whining about the unison. No manual. Okay, here's a weird thing. It only goes down to C1. And then, so if you're playing bass noises, you're going to have to go in and detune the doodads. Yeah. Notes under C1. Change these things around here. Can you see what I'm doing there?
Little 12 little numbers at the bottom of the interface.
And what these seem to be is... These seem to... Oh, no. I thought these were to change around the performance, like, states of the performance envelopes.
Okay.
But then don't seem to be doing that. Oh, no, they are.
You set each one and then you select them.
They are. They're only doing it when I click on it, not when I'm midding it. That stuff's confusing. We're going to have to wait for the manual. So presumably, the reason they did that was people would, back in the day, I guess, if they're making some kind of crazy dubstep or whatever, they'd have a bunch of different instances of Massive so that they could have different performance shape stuff going on. This way, you can do your wob 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 wobs and your woobs in the same synth, just changing it around. Yeah. I mean, personally, I don't know. Actually, it's probably a good idea, I guess. Actually,
I think it is, but having to use the
it's MIDI, having to use MIDI is a pain in the ass, man.
Yeah, maybe if you could assign it to any sort of macro control you want, that would have been nice.
I mean, maybe there's another way to do it.
Yeah.
I don't know. And don't have the energy to find out.
How do you draw shapes in these?
I don't know. Oh, look, you can just click and drag stuff around.
Dragging nodes.
And then there's also, you can change the, there's a bunch of different, look, we can draw in. So it's much like Massive, like you can draw in a load of spiky things.
Okay.
Let me see if I can assign this to something. I'm going to assign this to filter cutoff because I am basic. Oh, got to turn up the amount. There you go. Turn up a bit. So you get the idea.
Oh, and that just cycles through.
And look,
that won't restart.
It won't restart. Maybe there's a way to get it to restart. I don't know. But there we go.
Okay.
Basically
a very long LFO that you draw yourself.
Yeah, basically. So it's like a performance thing or whatever. I said jitter is cool. I can't remember where jitter is. Oh, okay, hang on. So like you've got all these kind of like things like like the Harambe mode or whatever.
Yeah.
You've got all these various kind of like
modifiers.
You kind of like oscillator modifiers like you had in Massive with like the bend stuff and everything. And now you've got bend, mirror, hard sync, wrap, formant, ART, gorilla, random, and jitter, which I like. So let's have a listen to jitter. Ooh. So yeah, it's kind of interesting.
It is interesting.
He gets kind of organic sounds. And with the filter going on as well. It's pretty interesting. And there's a filter knob, which is basically like the intensity knob that you'd have on the old school Massive oscillators.
That's cool. It's looking pretty complex.
I would say that is true. I think, not to give away my final opinion, I think this is very much going to be a synth for people who like to tinker. It's basically the opposite of your silent ones of the world. And I'm thinking for me, it's going to be like Serum for the workhorse sounds, Massive X for the crazy shit.
Okay,
basically.
That's fair enough. But yeah, that is one reason I don't see this on first impressions. I don't see it taking off and being that well received by your noobs.
Yeah, I mean, I did see some initial vaguely negative reaction online or whatever. I think it would be very foolish to write this synth off because it seems like there is an F of a lot in there, mate.
Yeah.
And I think, I think it's good that NI have taken the time to, really whack a lot in there. So it seems like, there's going to be a lot of people to get, their teeth into. Moving on swiftly, there's 2 dedicated phase modulation oscillators per oscillator.
Oh.
So if you like to make filth, now it doesn't have the user definable wavetables that Serum has, but it's got a lot of ways to do your PM stuff. Let me see if I can remember how this works. Oh god. Oh, here we go. You have to. Oh god.
Yeah.
Oh. God's really sorry about the noises, everyone. So you can do all kinds of crazy shit, and you can have 2.
So you are modulating the
So that's
phase
basically the FM
of
stuff.
each oscillator twice.
Yeah, so that's basically the FM. So the FM in Massive was called PM, basically. It is really phase modulation.
Yaha.
And so and there was only one phase modulation of oscillator in Massive. There's 2 here. And you can, set them independently and stuff, which is nice.
Okay.
Okay, I'm going to reset to the default patch.
Okay.
I've got a treat for you, James, and for everybody. So we're going to have a look at the wavetables now.
Yeah.
There's quite a lot of stuff in here. Just tons of stuff, in fact.
Formant looks good.
Including... Hang on, excuse me. Including some remastered wavetables.
Oh.
Including, that's right, your modern talking.
Hey.
Here we go. So...
Your classic Massive 1 stuff.
Yeah, so and there's a few other bits and bobs in there. The classic scrapyard they've got and rough math. And so, you're going to be able to play around with all of that stuff with the oscillator shaping things, and the new filters. While I'm on that topic, not that many different filter modes.
Yeah, interesting.
You've got a choice of 1, 2, and 4 pole with this Asimov, which just seems to be the basic bitch low pass. Blue Monarch, all going on.
They really are pushing that Monarch filter, aren't they?
They love it. I mean, it sounds nice.
Yeah,
so why
sure.
not? What else we got? Comb, which we've looked at before. Oh god. Oh god.
I do like a nice comb.
I like a nice comb, mate. Creek.
It's some kind of broken, fucked up filter.
And yeah,
highly resonant.
And so instead of different, instead of different poles, you've got like driven, gnarly, noisy, all different stuff there.
Do you think this needs to be a menu format to select your different filter? Can you just have arrows?
Oh, mate, I wish they did have arrows, because I'm sure we've talked about this before.
Then you can scroll through the different filter types.
Yes. What? Yeah, please, developers.
No menus.
Especially Spectronics. Just give us some freaking arrows with the filter types, because you don't want to have to go through the
You want to audition them quickly,
Exactly, you want to audition them quickly. You're talking my language, James. Okay, I'm bored of looking at the filters. They've got a bunch of other ones there.
Best synth ever
I know,
made.
it's pretty good. The unison modes, even though, and you know, I'm going to reset it again because these horrible noises are getting to me. In unison mode, I'm going to put it 6 voices. So you can do, there's a spread.
Yeah.
And also, you can morph it to a chord, which would be like...
Ooh, so each voice... Oh, sweet. Each voice is playing a different note.
Well, hang on, let's see what it does. Okay, so I'm going to play a 5th. Yeah, baby. And you can choose the chord.
No, that should have been on the front panel. Front
Yeah,
and center.
right. So we're going to go, so we did a C and a G to a C chord there. This is Ionian 5, whatever that means.
Well, yeah.
We're going to go to Ionian 5G now.
The dominant of the major scale. Or is it... Wow!
So if you want to make THX noises, baby.
Yeah.
And then it's called D-tune. Does a little thing. Bunch of different chord modes, mate. I mean, maybe you understand this shit.
Possibly.
Lydian B7CZ.
Nice. Oh.
I'm sure there's going to be some interesting stuff you can do with that. So that's pretty cool.
I'm sure some genius kid is going to make a new genre out of that. That's good. That's a genuinely new feature to my eyes. Best synth ever made.
Sure. On the downside, the LFOs don't really go into the audio rates.
Oh.
So, okay, I'm going to reset.
I wonder if that was a conscious decision, because it seems like a no-brainer.
Yeah. Also, another annoying thing is, it seems to steal, like, the keyboards. So when I was... Yeah, for some reason I seem to have to... If I want to use QWERTY to play this stuff, I seem to have to click on the interface again, which is why I'm using the MIDI controller.
Uh-huh.
So let's have a bit... We're going to use the... LFO to modulate...
Now, hang on. These LFOs, as we saw ages ago, you get one massive waveform selector.
Yeah.
Which is just a huge circle with all the different
waveforms. And they're
waveforms
discrete.
in it.
It's not like fading between those.
You can't... It's not like a wavetable LFO.
No.
Oh, man. That's terrible.
Well, I don't know if it's terrible, but it feels like a missed opportunity, especially because they've got this big, lovely knob.
It's so huge. A part of the interface, those two.
Yeah.
It takes up... Those two must take up like a fifth of the interface, surely.
Well, together, almost, maybe.
Or maybe a sixth of the interface, and it's just 2 LFOs.
Let me show you how fast it goes, James. We've got it modulating.
Show me how fast it goes. Oh, that's almost into the pleasurable range.
I know, it's like, if only went a bit faster. The thing is, you know NI can do this stuff because Blocks is like the best one for that shit. Let's have another go on it, turning the resonance up on the filter just to make some horrible noises. Yeah! If I only went a little bit faster.
Sounds like diarrhea.
I mean, is there a way we can make it go faster? Oh, I don't know what's going on there. Is that a sync thing? Do you like it wet, baby? Okay.
I think you're just making people stop the podcast now.
I know, I'm sorry.
Worst synth ever.
We're getting there.
Made.
The filter FM sounds good. Okay, so it's got filter FM. Where's my modulation gone, James? Okay, whatever. There's Filter FM.
Okay.
Hang on. I want my modulation back. Bear with me. I've broken it. I'm going to make that whole patch again. I don't care what you say. In it, mate. Indeed. Oh, God. Okay. I'll drag that there. We're going to drag the modulation amount up. And then we're going to turn up Filter FM. Oh, God. It's not doing anything. Let me see if I can.
Are you sure it's Filter FM and not like Filter Fun module?
I was doing something good with this Filter FM yesterday. I don't know how.
Does it have to go at a low cutoff?
Oh, maybe. You're going to have to take my word for it, James.
Okay.
That Filter FM does some good stuff.
What else you got?
Insert effects are nice.
Okay.
Let's have a look at those. So we've got,
What have we got?
Anima seems cool. Anime.
Or Enema.
Anima. Oh, God. Well, obviously with this awful patch I've got going,
They didn't really...
you can't really hear it. What else have we got in here? Ring mod.
You still can't hear it. Worst patch ever made.
Okay, I'm going to turn down the... God, this is...
It's embarrassing for you, surely.
No, look, I'm feeling really ill. Look, there's some ring modulation.
There we go. That's good ring mod.
I mean, ring mod's nothing new, but it certainly does sound nice. Distortion.
Oh, push it. Let me hear this, because...
Well, that's it, mate.
That's it?
That's it.
Are you serious?
That's
That's
well,
as distorted as you get.
Sawtooth, mate.
I guess so. I want it to just ravage it.
I'll ravage you in a minute. No, that's not going to happen. What else? Osc. Oh, God. This is some kind of oscillator that does something. Oh, it's another oscillator, I
Play
guess.
a different note. Is it to be used
I think
as a
it's
sub?
fixed. I think it's just fixed. Hang on. I'm going to take it to 0. Oh, God. That's almost a semitone DT.
Sounds like the theme tune to the bill.
Oh, so it follows the notes. Or you can fix it with it's a ratio as well.
It sounds like Casualty. Play Casualty.
I don't know how Casualty goes. Also, I can't play keys. So you're bucking up the wrong tune with that one. And my final note is, it does feel true to Massive 1. What do you think about that statement, James? Seeing what you've seen.
The key word is feel true to Massive 1.
Also, sorry, I'm going to interrupt you. There's one last thing I want to point out. There's also another set of effects, which is stuff like reverb and stereo expander, dimension expander, that stuff.
Okay, here's my answer. I could get with it feeling true to Massive 1. That doesn't mean it's going to be the synth that defines the next 10 years. But maybe another version of the synth that defined another decade, another time.
Yeah, I mean, it's very tricky to estimate the impact that this is going to have. I don't think people should be disappointed with it. I mean, if they were thinking, okay, Massive came along, Serum one-upped it, now Massive X is going to one-up Serum. It's not following that kind of a lineage, basically. It is very much its own thing. Clearly... there's a kind of a direction behind it that is the same as the direction that was behind the original Massive. So I think Massive fans who are specifically fans of Massive will be very pleased. I think if you're looking for a Serum beta, it might be a little bit different to what you expected.
Would you like my Nostradamus-like synth prophecy?
I would love it, please.
I don't think this will unseat Serum, just like you say, basically. And one of the reasons that it's not going to endure in a lasting way is no visual feedback. Or very, very little visual feedback.
Brave words, James. Especially brave coming from someone who is occasionally employed by Native Instruments. But yeah, I think they'll have to add visual feedback, right?
Well, yeah, not just for the modulation as it moves around, but if you think of
the envelopes, that seems like a real weird thing that they haven't done that.
With oscillators.
Yeah,
the oscillators are what are making the sound.
I mean, it does show you the wave shape and everything, but it feels...
I think we've moved past just showing you the wave shape.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, the way like Serum animates and everything, the visual feedback is just absolutely beautiful or whatever, and it feels like NI haven't really prioritized that here.
And that's one of the secrets to its success.
Well, maybe. I mean, I do think it's important not to overlook the sound.
No, and there are some genuinely new features in there and some really well executed things. That chord whatchamacallit was great.
Yeah, I think that's going to be something people are going to use for sure.
Yeah,
I think future bass heads are going to enjoy using that, especially if they're a bit more musical.
I think there's a strange sense of priority given to the interface in that, like, you know, your oscillators are relatively small, your LFOs are massive, and that's just to select the shape. Your sort of oscillator modifiers are pretty small. And something like the pulse width 1 is about the same size as the oscillator modifier. That kind of thing. It's not quite got that sense of quick usability. But like you say, it's not meant for that. It's a bit more of a techie thing.
I mean, I was initially, when I saw it, I was like, God damn, this is going to take ages to learn. And playing around with it for a bit, I feel like my fears have been mitigated somewhat.
Okay, that's good.
Which is nice. I think when the manual comes out, I think that'll be a big boost for it. Massive certainly launched with a manual.
It's a good opportunity to show people how it works on the YouTubes while it doesn't have a manual.
I guess so. That's true. But it's very hard. It's hard to make that sort of content without having the manual because it's hard to be definitive about anything. And also, you literally don't know what to call stuff. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true. That's true, especially if there's little legending.
Yeah. So I am intrigued as to the possibilities of this synth, James.
No, so am I. And I'll definitely have a play with it. I think it feels like there's more to come and that they'll have to update it and add, say, more presets to showcase what it can do and things like that.
Interesting times.
It's good that it is finally out, and now we can start thinking about other crazy sequels.
We've got to get involved in Massive X.
Where is
now.
Massive XI?
Oh God!
When are you going to bring it out?
Oh my God!
Tim, big update now.
Big up the Massive.
Our old friend, our old arch enemy and rival.
He hates us so much. He definitely knows we exist.
Hans Zimmer. He has been in the news again.
Wow.
He's now working with BMW to design sounds for, guess what? It's new electric cars.
Oh, wow. Because, of course, electric cars are completely silent.
Silent and therefore deadly. And so they need someone who's used to doing pensive, dramatic soundtracks.
Oh, yeah, right.
To pen the sounds for them. I mean, what do you reckon at first glance here? What is he going to do? Is he going to just synthesize an engine sound?
No. Every time.
Is he going to put a cello down?
No. When you press down on the accelerator, it's going to make the ha noise from the Inception trailer. And everyone is going to shit their pants.
What's that noise?
Ha! That's the noise.
Yeah. Anywho.
Yeah. Hans Zimmer car sounds.
So, yeah. Zimmer has been... he's on record now as saying this. I have always been a BMW enthusiast. As a kid, I used to recognize my mother coming home by the sound of her BMW.
Oh, God, yeah, right. Save it for your psychiatrist, Zimmer.
Yeah, see, you know what really happened back then is that his mom came back from a high-powered business job in a Beamer.
Yeah.
And he was like, Mommy, I've made these sounds I want to show you. And she said, shut up, Hans.
Oh, no.
I hate you. Get out of my life. Out of my house. Where did you come from? And he says, Mommy, please.
Is that where the Inception noise comes from?
Yes, exactly. And Hans goes to sleep at night and he has a dream.
Oh my god, self-inception.
Exactly. And he teaches himself in his dream how to make the Inception sound.
Oh my god.
And to impress his mum. But when he wakes up and plays it to his mum, she hates it and she says, Hans, get out of my house. I hate you, you tiny bastard. And then he wakes up because even that was a dream.
Oh my god.
Anyway, the quote goes on. I am thrilled to get the chance to design the sound of future electric BMWs and create emotion for the future electric driving experience.
Sure, Hans. I'm sure you'd certainly enjoy the cash as well. What else?
He says when the driver interacts with the accelerator pedal, it is not only a mechanical touch point, but also a performative element.
Yeah, right.
It's not, though, is it?
No, it's not.
And believe me, I've tried many times, because as someone who plays the drums, if you're in a car and you try and drum along with a song using the accelerator pedal, you can go pretty wrong.
Do you really play drums? Have we discussed this before?
Never.
I see.
Zimmer says accelerating becomes an experience during which the driver moves through a series of gradually morphing sound textures.
So it's going to sound like Modern Talking remastered, I assume.
I assume so. It's this is fine. I mean, this happened before. We talked about Richard Devine doing the Jaguar sounds for their car and stuff.
Yeah.
But you know what Zimmer's MO is, Tim?
Well, it's to use his sweatshop full of Taiwanese children to make his sounds.
And to corner the market and do every sound for every film.
He's a greedy boy.
This is just step one in his plan to capture the sound of cars. It starts with BMW's Vision M. It'll move on to the BMW Z58 or whatever the hell they do next.
Yeah.
He'll strafe over to an Audi. Maybe try a couple of Kia shopping trolley electric car sounds. And then before you know it, all the independent, classically trained bedroom electric car sound producers,
working on Fruity Loops or
exactly,
whatever,
will be out of a job, and Zimmer will be doing all the car sounds.
Do you know what? That does not seem out of the bounds of possibility. If I was Richard Devine, I'd be shitting my little panties right now, buddy. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, time is nearly up for the Devine and his ilk. Because Zimmer is in on your game, son.
He really is. That's the end of the story, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. What do you think his sound's going to sound like?
I think they're going to be... I don't think he's going to have anything to do with it, and he's going to get someone else to do it.
Mate, why not? Go on Fiverr.com, get some little third world lad to sort it out for you. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, with his cracked copy of...
FL Studio.
Yeah.
Wicked. And Synplant or something.
Yeah.
Well, this is... are we going to have a look back at this story when the Zimmer mobile comes out?
I think we should. I think we should go back to this and other car sounds that we've... gone for in the past.
Compare them.
Compare all of them. See which is the fastest.
The best one is definitely going to be that hover car style one. Or
the one that we played with.
The one we played with, for sure. They should just license that, man.
Yeah.
And they should let you do the sound design stuff yourself as well. You can have your own unique hover car sound.
Now that would be better. A car with a synth in it, and you can just patch some shit.
I'm sure Elon Musk is already working on it, mate. Don't worry about it.
Right. Tim.
Yeah.
Waves.
Oh, Waves have got a sale on.
Waves don't often come out with a new plugin. Sometimes they do.
Haven't they released a couple of new plugins in the last couple of months, mate?
Yeah, in the last couple of months.
Okay.
They don't do as many as some. But yeah, they've just released a new one, which is a sort of bass ROMpler, and it is called Ass Fingers.
That's correct.
Yes. So according to Waves, you can lay down authentic and realistic sounding bass lines with the personality of a seasoned bass player intuitively on your keyboard.
Oh, really? What if you're crap at playing the keyboard?
Well, that's what we're going to discover, I'm pretty sure. So apparently the Ass Fingers plugin translates your MIDI input into bass lines full of character and personality, giving you the same mechanics, variations, and dynamics that a seasoned bass player creates naturally across the fretboard.
Character, personality, James. I'm not sure I want that in my music,
No,
actually.
These things do not belong in electronic music.
No.
Shall we check out the video for this? It's quite a good video because it's got one person playing the keyboard using the Ass Fingers plugin, playing 20 different styles of bass line.
Oh, okay. Let's watch those little digits fly. Oh, God, that's too big. Oh, it's wonky. Oh!
Funk.
Oh, I like funk.
Disco.
Oh!
Metal. This doesn't sound quite...
No, the first two were great.
Jazz. I'm not that convinced by that.
Oh, that's all right.
Oh, it's a bass guitar, isn't it? There is no real reggae, specific bass guitar.
Well, you want something smooth sounding, I guess. Is that
This is meant to be death metal.
accurate for death metal?
No.
Okay. Didn't think so.
Country.
Hang on.
This really sells this plugin.
Ooh, West Coast. Oh, that's a nice tone. I'll give it that.
Yeah. Salsa, baby.
Everyone loves salsa bass, right? So clean, so fresh.
What genre is that?
The Outcast genre. Ooh, gospel.
Sold.
You see, that gospel sounding a bit like happy hardcore, which I'm into.
Dubstep,
Dubstep.
apparently.
No. That's a nice tone. Art pop, really? I mean, I guess the disadvantage of having to focus on the bass in these genres. Oh, that's quite nice.
That's
the
good.
chord strums.
I really think they should have loaded this video with the best ones at the start, but hey.
I think the first two were really good.
Do you want to hear them again?
Yeah, let's hear them again, man. Rewind. That's sick.
Yeah, that's good. If you can get a plugin that does that. I guess he's messing with the mod wheel.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, to be honest, bruv, if a plugin can do 3 or 4 things half decently, it's pretty good. I don't think they should have, instead of being 20 things, they should have 5 things in that video. They just had the hot ones.
I think they're trying to show off that it's got so many styles. So if you're not sold because you're, let's say, a gospel producer, then eventually by number 18, you might see that it will apply to you as well.
Dubstep though, mate, really?
Yeah, I think it's probably not going to make that much of a dent in dubstep.
You see, you thought Massive X was going to be a revolution in dubstep. No. It's going to be Ass Fingers.
Damn right it is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, interesting that I like the fact that they've given it to a sort of professional guy who can actually play keys.
Yeah, his fingers were flying, bro.
Yeah, but most people can't do that.
With a bunch of freaking incompetence.
In fact, I think I'd probably play the bass itself better than I could actually play the bass on the keys. I'd prefer to just get me a bass, but you know.
Well, that's not possible for everybody, especially not these laptop guys making music in the bedrooms, buddy.
No, that's true. It seems to have a bunch of sort of stomp boxy effect pedals as well, and a lot of key switching going on there. So it's fair enough, man. You gotta like it.
Now let's talk about cash money.
Let's talk about. I'm all about damn clams, as you know.
Yeah, you love them, mate.
I can't get enough. So regular price, 69 clams.
Oh, saucy.
So, you can really get that ass fingers
Yeah.
for 69.
Oh, God. Yes.
But now, I don't know if you're aware of this, but Waves have a sale on.
I'm pretty sure that's not right. Oh, no, it is. No, that's right. Yeah, they've got a sale on.
And the introductory sale, $49. Or you can find some kind of coupon. It says with a coupon, it's 25 clams. I don't know where you get that coupon.
It's right below the add to cart button, mate.
It says half annual sale. That is not right.
That's not what is a... Yeah.
So, the first half annual sale is, I believe that's 1st of January to the 30th of June.
Yeah.
And the second half annual sale is the 1st of July to the 31st of December. Is that right?
Yeah, that is right. Taking the mickey out of Wales. I can't even speak anymore. Waves' business practice. It's pretty good. You can get it for $24.50, dudes. That's actually not bad. Do you know what?
Not bad for a comprehensive bass ROMpler.
Do you see what I'm doing now?
Gig. What are you doing?
I'm actually...
Don't do it, Tim.
I'm going to download the demo, buddy.
Oh.
Yeah. I don't think...
Show me some awesome dubstep
Oh,
tones.
no, I'm not going to... No, I can't do it because I can't remember my username or password.
Oh, no,
I'm not in.
Shall we compare ass fingers to Massive X?
No, we're not doing it. No, definitely not. But I am... Do you know what? I've been... Because the thing is, James... You might describe my music as massively derivative. I think it's fair to say. I do tend to use an 808 sub in all my tunes. Recently, I've been trying to go about things a little bit differently and use some alternative bass sources. And I think I'm going to give this a go, buddy.
See, whenever I am making any kind of bass line, I always think, this would be so much easier if I just had a bass and could just play one and distort the hell out of it if that's what I wanted or whatever. Just getting damn notes right is better on a fretboard than in MIDI.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
But you can, in MIDI, you can program it offline.
Yeah, but then every time you play through it, it's only slightly different variations. You can't mess about.
No, I like it. I like it sounds every time. And you could program in variations if you really wanted to, James.
Yeah, okay. You just don't have that fretboard experience.
Well, no. And you can actually play bass, can you?
Yeah.
Well, that, I guess, makes it a bit different. And I guess with bass, it's all about DIing it anyway, I assume.
Exactly.
So then it's not that convenient. Especially if you don't want to make a load of noise or whatever.
But can I get a bass on sale with a coupon for 25 clams in the half annual sale?
No, that's pretty good value by the looks of it. So I'm going to investigate that, James. Or maybe I won't. And then we won't ever hear about it or talk about it again.
Oh, that's fine by me.
Can I do a plug?
Sure.
Let's do a plug.
Plug me. I've had enough of ass fingers. I want to plug.
Yeah. Oh, that's a nice thing. I've got a tune on a record out today.
Shit. Is this the one you were talking about a couple of months back that you finished and you finally...
No. Oh, God, no. That would take much longer. No, this is a tune that I apparently made with... Joe Rossiter several years ago. I don't remember any of it. It doesn't sound like anything I make. I think he basically did all the work. But hey, it's got my name on it.
The Lost Treasures.
Yeah.
The Amnesia Sessions.
That's right. Totally natural amnesia. So yeah, if you want to check that out, you can go to tempo.com. That's tempo spelt with a 3 instead of an E.
That's really easy to tell people verbally, isn't it?
Or you can just search for Chromatic featuring Tim Cans.
Or you can just look in the podcast description and show notes at a4ppodcast.com and I'll put a link.
So yeah, and it's on vinyl. It's on clear vinyl.
Oh, bloody hell.
So if you want, and it looks like it's got some really nice spacey artwork on
Are you going to
there.
play as that snippet that's in the thing at the moment?
Yeah, well, why not? Let's do it. get the idea, James.
Yeah. I guess it just does this for like a couple of minutes, right?
Exactly. So it's like 5 minutes of just grindy bass noises and some
brilliant
dubbed out vocal samples.
Well, if you liked that and didn't like us talking over it, then get this vinyl/download or whatever it is. I'll put a link in the show notes at a4ppodcast.com.
Yeah, I'm sure you can get it on all your digital things as well as the actual physical release. So have a listen to that.
What's it called, Tim?
It's called The Prayer, featuring Tim Cans. And yeah, it sounds absolutely nothing like the music I normally make. So if you like it, you probably won't like my stuff. Okay, James, do an outro.
No, Tim, you start the outro.
Okay, I'm going to start the outro.
Wait, I could start the outro.
Okay, start the outro.
Actually, you start the outro.
Oh my God.
Bye, everybody.
Oh no. Bye. It works for me if it works for you.
Yeah.
Oh, brilliant.